Good morning, you beautiful light beings. I am thrilled to see you on this Monday morning. So let's go ahead and take our centering breaths by breathing in through our nose, filling that belly up, and then exhaling longer than bringing in the air through your mouth. Breathing in slowly, expanding the belly, holding it, and then exhaling. And just allowing yourself to center into the space this morning. Comfortable, letting your eyes close when you're ready. Sit in that proud posture of a straight back. Letting the morning events go. Any wrenches that were thrown into our day. Just breathing naturally through your nose, in and out. With ease. Letting go of any negative news, any negative thoughts or feelings, any worries or stresses in the upcoming week. Just bring everything to your awareness of the space right now. Bringing in those anchor words if you need them. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. Saying that silently to yourself. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. Noticing any thoughts that come into your mind. Letting them float by. Or just label them. Thinking. Return to your breath. Always returning to your breath. Starting to feel that peace and calm. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. See if you can just follow the stream of air going in through your nose and out through your nose. You can give it a color as you watch it go down to your belly and back up again. always guiding gently your mind back to your breath. When you're ready, put a little smile on your face. Take a slow breath in through your nose and just release it through your mouth. All right, good morning. Yes, happy snowy Monday. Very happy to see the smiling faces today. So, wow, we are on day 15 of our 21 challenge. Yes, exciting. I'm just knowing it's all going well for you. And if you've had some challenges, that's okay. Just let it go, right? We're learning. This is where we're starting to incorporate that into our life. It's okay. I forgive myself for not getting it done, but I can say I'm good with that. And that kind of leads us right into the talk today, which is living daily with mindfulness. And this is something that's been on my heart because as we take a look at mindfulness, I see this as being two different areas, but connected at the same time. We have our mindful sit. That's our practice time, our meditation time, our quiet time, whatever you choose to label it. That's where we're practicing these skills that we're learning. Okay, just like the students in our class, right? We just don't say, here's a skill and then move on. We want them to practice. And so that's what we do. That's the time we practice it. And then as we're doing that practicing, we start to see it spill over into our everyday life. All right. And those are the good benefits. But there's also being very conscious of everyday mindful living. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is being very, very mindful of it. I want to review the mindfulness, and I want you guys to do this with me, because I think, like kids, we need to really embed this into who we are. So my take on mindfulness, and again, all of this is just me, it's not anybody else's work, it's the way I see it. So the Life According to Garp, I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but it's Life According to Deb, mindfulness. So mindfulness is that moment by moment awareness. Take your hands and touch your head, of your thoughts. Say, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and my environment. Remember, environment is what's on the outside and the inside. What's going on in your body, what's your body telling you, what's your environment telling you, what are you using your five senses. So mindfulness is that moment by moment awareness of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your environment. And I think that's important to keep in mind, especially with our everyday living. So if you take a look at this picture, this is living in a mindful life. Now, are we always in this moment? Not yet. And we see isolated pockets of it, and when you're in it. But as you take a look here, you can see this guy on his shirt. He has "Be Here Now." All right, well, it's here now. And he's really living a mindful life, okay? He's incorporating all those little lessons that we've touched on, using his mindful ears as he's walking down the street. He's hearing the tweeting of the bird up in the tree, the beeping of a car, maybe the church bells in the church. He's really in tune, and she might be too, with what's going on. We did some activities of mindful of sound where we would hear, where our focus would jump to somebody slamming a door, or then it would jump to a barking of the dog. And that's where we're mindful of the sound as we're walking. Mindful of the eyes. You'll start to see things are brighter and deeper colors of the tree, of the sky. And the mindfulness of feeling will start to really be in tune with the sun on our face or the wind on our face. And when you smile and you feel that, that's how you know you're in the mindful moment. So basically, I took a college course in a nutshell, it took me 7 years to get my associate's degree at night. When I moved into college of getting my bachelor's degree, the first course I took was a study course, study skills, because I had never been a full-time student like that. And in this book, there was one chapter and it was called Be Here Now. Okay. And what they taught me was that you can be sitting in a class or a meeting and your mind is drifting all over the place. And in order to learn, we have to have our mind focused, be here now. And this is before I knew anything about anything. I still don't know anything about anything, but I do know to be here now and to keep gently guiding my mind back, to get out of worrying about the bills, worrying about getting the work done, all of that. Be here now. That's what I would have to tell myself. And it was only a couple of years ago that I learned that this particular chapter was written by a guy named Ram Dass. Now, he was a Harvard professor and a psychologist, an author, and yes, he was a spiritual teacher, okay? But I don't want us to get hung up on that. I want us to get, he has the credentials behind him as far as being a psychologist and a professor and an author, okay? So, like I said, at this point in time, I knew nothing I was not a very spiritual person, but the key was that was my take-home lesson, be here now. I knew nothing else. So the question I want you to keep in the back of your mind is, what is stopping you from being that guy or that woman in that picture? What's stopping you from living mindfully? So that's what we're going to take a look at, mindfulness living every day. What I want to give to you today is what I use to help assist you to bringing mindfulness into your everyday life. And really what I want to talk about is I want to make a quick comparison between sleeping dreams and daydreams. All right. We all go to bed at night. We have these sleeping dreams. We get up in the morning and I feel like it's a trance I was in, if you remember them, right? I always call it La La Land, and it sweeps you away. There's a storyline. It may be choppy, but it's there. We do that in our everyday life. All right. We daydream. You've heard it before. Quit daydreaming. And that's because you are on automatic pilot. All right. Your mind jumped to the past or the future. And we talked about that too. When you are in the past or the future, you're missing the moment right here, right now. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for daydreaming. That's good for us, right? And then just some quick things some events that create that daydreaming. Projects you're working on, family challenges, right? Your mind is going over any illnesses or children, future, your next chapter in your life, if you're retiring, maybe those past events, your traumas, any arguments you've had. All of these are things that kick you out of the be here now. And again, the time and a place for working through some of these, but when you start to notice, you're starting to build a condo there in the shadow of the valley of death. You don't want to build a condo. It's okay to visit there, but you want to kick yourself out. And again, this is my take on what happens in my mind, okay? Because I needed to know what was going on in my mind. We have a thought. Boom. We talked about this the other day. Thoughts. Then we have a choice, right? Life is a choice. We can let it go. Boom. Let it go. Or grab onto it. If I let it go, like that wonderful song we so love, boom. I got a clear mind. I'm peaceful. I'm in the now. Life is good. Grab onto it. You got a story. Here it goes. All right. You got the details. You got the characters. You got the chapters. And it's getting to be a really good story. All right. Boom. There's judgment. Got to add some dialogue in there. He said, she said, we said, I said. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right. Then you get feelings. Then you get emotions. Then you react. And then there are because of your reaction, there are effects. Now, mindfulness of your everyday. Even though you might have grabbed onto it, you can incorporate mindfulness anytime in this chain reaction that's happening. All right. It's like a nuclear reaction. Um, even if you don't see the mindfulness until the very last part of it, you're still moving up one notch. And again, the health of your mind is connected with your body. So the mind is the thought, and your choice. Did you let it go or did you grab onto it? And then we know we can jump all into the physiological things that are going on in your body once you grab onto it. You move into fear, which affects the amygdala and everything else. All right, we have about 2 more minutes. So the key is, how are you, or how do I incorporate mindfulness into my living? First step is, boom, you're here, open-minded, you've done your own practice, open heart, and your willingness, all right? Take what you need, leave the rest here. So your job over the next couple days is, I invite you to become aware of when you start to fall asleep, zone out, daydream, whatever you want to call it. Just be mindful of your thoughts of when that happens, all right? And set your intention. As we sign off here, set your intention. I'm going to be more mindful of my mindful thoughts, all right? Boom, check, done, done, all right? We go into that twilight zone when you start, your mind drifts off. And then, like I said, then you're down the rabbit hole. So even if you're at the little steps, awareness is wellness. All right, very quickly. In a nutshell, I had an event happen in my life. 7 years I played that event in my head. In my head. Imagine what that was doing to my body. I got tired of that being in my head. I didn't have any other options. I didn't know any better. You don't know what you don't know. I would be driving down to the beach because I would be training for a marathon, and I got tired of thinking of it. So I thought, there's got to be another way. So what you're going to do, if you choose to, once you notice yourself going down the rabbit hole, is you can choose to do how I did it. Is I actually used the child's mind, and I said, I was driving and I knew I went into the twilight zone. I see the trees, I see the car, I see the road. And literally, I would do that for 10, 15 minutes because my mind was that powerful. So you just jump to your senses. I hear the birds, I feel the wind, say that out loud. I had to become a commercial. I had to interrupt my own movie, okay? And to finish up, here we go. You're going to interrupt your own movie by using this.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
That's what it is, interrupting the program, okay? Whatever your event is, whatever's on your mind, you can choose to interrupt that program, okay? And there's actually a song called Excuse Me, I'm going to interrupt this program, because we want peace. The ultimate goal is peace. All right. I love you guys. Please just be aware of when you go into the twilight zone today, okay? All right.